Hello guys, and welcome back to Strategic Command World War II, World at War with our Axis playthrough. In the last episode, I believe we finished the invasion of France, and we started moving things away. We started getting things into place, we started upgrading things, we started taking care of everything to come. We have our plans with Yugoslavia, we have our situation in Africa, we have 2/3 of the BEF destroyed, just at sea. So I'm curious how that's going to end up going. But for now, well, these guys can move pretty far. This guy has zero supply. Wait, there's supply at sea? What the fuck? Now, let me move you. Let's move you as well. Let's move you actually a little bit further down. Wasn't actually going to do anything like this, but we might as well. Unless I start looking for situations to nitpick though, everything else was completed in the previous episode. So we're going to go ahead and hit end turn and see what the next turn has in store for us. Germany celebrates Yugoslavia joining the Axis. Understandable. I did that. That was me. Spain is giving us some ports. That's good. And Turkey just moved 17% towards the Axis. That is fantastic. Japan advised to prepare for war with the Allies. Victory over China will not be enough. Now is a time for us to start preparations for an all-out war with the British Empire and the USA. Why? This war will be on a grand scale, requiring amphibious and naval operations throughout the Pacific and the commitment of all economic resources of our empire. Recommendation: direct more of our income towards preparing for this conflict. Do not concentrate solely on the war in China. But why? Is this another one of the developers' weird ahistorical things? I think it is. Because Japan wasn't even guaranteed to go to war with these powers. In fact, it was a choice. The Japanese army and navy had a lot of influence over what the government did. And the army wanted to go for the Soviet Union and take the resources from Siberia. However, the Navy thought that they were the best. The Navy thought that the Army was bad. So the Navy decided that they were going to do something that they had control over, like going into the Pacific and waging war on that front instead. They had more influence, so they could make it happen. However, this is a game where we're making choices, right? Because we're kind of functioning as this like end-all head of state that's just always there. We have choices in just about everything else. How is this inevitable? Why is the USSR joining the Allies inevitable? There's just so many little historical things in this game that don't make sense. Oh, that reminds me. You notice how like the recording's been buggier in this game? Like sometimes it'll show the toolbar at the bottom. At the beginning of the playthrough, we couldn't even get these pop-ups to show. Well, I learned there's been like an update or two to the game since my previous playthrough. And I guess the update was to add some bugs. That's an interesting choice, but it's not my game. Japan has progressed on some tech. Japan has progressed on some more tech. And there you go, MPPs. Okay, wow. 5 from imports from Spain. That's a whole lot of MPPs, Spain. You're really showering me in it, huh? God damn, all right. Let's see what these allied AI have to offer, shall we? USSR annexes the Baltic states. That's quite coincidental. Remember, I was talking about this last episode? I was talking about how the USSR hadn't done this yet. Well, now they've done it. There goes Tallinn, Riga, however you say the capital of Lithuania. I don't know how to say that. The South Africans are moving a corps back. Okay. Okay, so the Chinese moved a corps up, dealt 1 damage to one of my corps and took 1 damage. That's unfortunate. The Chinese have reinforced one of their corps, and now they're still running that garrison around. Why? Why are you so indecisive about this one garrison? It's just a garrison. You're not indecisive about anything else, I think. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! Wait, is that it? Oh my, what the fuck? There's a carrier! There's a carrier! I'm sorry, what? Did you see that? Okay, bombing at Tobruk, we dealt damage. We didn't take damage. Same thing. Oh my god, we're dealing so much damage defending at Tobruk. We took some damage from a carrier bombing from a big surface fleet over in East Africa. What the fuck? And the Chinese are reinforcing more of their units on the front. That pretty much tells the whole tale. We found, oh my god, a light cruiser ran into us. We dealt 4 damage to it. Now a destroyer's found us. We died from the attack. And we run away. Okay, cool. And that's it because, well, they don't know where the other sub is, I guess. Is that light cruiser still there? I don't technically have line of sight there, but I bet it's still there. And we disrupted like 4 different convoys. That's wonderful. Okay. That was an okay turn. Could have been better, could have been worse. Some pretty important developments there. Now, one of the first things I want to know is that cruiser still there? It is. Enemy contact. Well, of course I'm attacking this. 2 damage. None taken, still. If I wipe this out, I mean, that's just such an easy kill. Let's stay away from the destroyer. Shattered. Yeah, we fucked that bitch right up. National morale bonus, big one. And look at that. Look at that fucking XP. Holy shit. I guess I'll move closer. I'll keep you nearby just to kind of keep an eye in the area. We know there's a destroyer nearby, but the destroyers don't also, you know, they don't have ASW yet. So it's not that big of a threat. Supply 1. Yeah, what is this, bro? My U-boats can, like, run out of supply. I didn't really realize that that was a thing. Has it been a thing the whole game? No wonder some of them can't, like, speed, march, travel, whatever you call it. 2-1 supply? I didn't have to deal with this as the allies, I don't think. How the fuck do I get more supply on the ocean? Is there a way to see supply in the ocean? Show supply. Yeah. Yeah, it's around ports. Well, it's no fucking wonder we've been running out of supply then. Wait, we own this? This must be one of the Spanish ports they gave to us. Wow, that's a really handy one. I'll be able to operate my cruisers and shit out of here. So I guess every now and again I have to, like, leave from where I've been raiding and go do some kind of recovery. Some kind of supply recovery, some kind of just something in general. I don't really know how much that supply affects naval units. Let's take these Italian subs though. Let's get them moving into the Atlantic on these 2 little spots here. They'll teleport because we can't get through the Gibraltar due to the port being here. So we have to do this, and so this will take a turn to progress us over here. So we saw what? A battleship, the Valiant, and 2 heavy cruisers and an aircraft carrier over here. Yeah, these heavy cruisers need to run. And this one is out of supply. This one's at 1 supply. So these things, I guess, are gonna move just extremely fucking slowly. So I guess we should get a move on while we still fucking can, huh? Hopefully no supply doesn't cause them to just start running out of anything. You are gonna scout the way, max speed while you can. We want to just get as far away from that as soon as possible, bro. I had no idea supply was a thing at sea. Well, this is why it's a learning playthrough, right? We gotta learn things, huh? I've already decided to move the Gazzoni HQ to Libya. The idea is to have 1 Italian HQ on every one of Italy's 3 fronts. So let's go ahead and pay the outlandish 46 MPPs to get that sent out to sea. It has been sent out to sea though now. We can't quite get to Benghazi from here unless we force move, which realistically we could. Do we even need to get to Benghazi? Well, no, but it's the quickest place to go land. So I'm gonna do it. So let's go down to Benghazi and land. We just have to be here for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, just being here is already a great start. Supplies down to 4 over here. Well, it should get better now that we have an HQ. I don't want to sit on Benghazi, though. That... Even with garrisons, like, that doesn't seem smart. I know this army is going to want to move east because that's where the enemies are coming from. They're not going to be coming from the west. Vichy is safe for a very long time. Italy doesn't make enough MPPs for me to justify paying 35 MPPs to sea transport. So we're just going to force march down here. Okay. And then we're going to move this garrison normally. And then, you know what? I mean, fuck it for right now. Just move this garrison, put this HQ on Benghazi. I think that should help the spread a little bit better. The idea is to get this army to the east, get the garrisons just pushed off to the side, and get the HQ supplying and providing bonuses for the defending units so that the British can just never break through, so that they keep suffering losses, and so that everything here just crawls to a halt and just becomes an MPP waste for the Brits. We still have a long way to go until the attack on Greece begins, because we're just so far ahead that we're just going to keep casually walking through Yugoslavia and northern Italy with these troops that are going to be going to fight on the front. I'll go put the final Italian shit into Turkey, and so I don't forget, I'm going to do the same thing with the now available German shit into Turkey, because that's just logical. It succeeded last time. 55% chance of success. We want this to go as fast as possible, and there's still at least, I think, another 5 more successes that we need, even with crits. That means down in Ethiopia, we can go ahead and reinforce the second garrison, absolutely destroying that XP, but getting it back up to full strength. And so hopefully we can last here a little bit longer, hopefully with less airstrikes on our garrison. It's just a garrison though. And the losses we're inflicting on the enemies is pretty amazing for just garrison, so I'm quite happy. 16 MPPs remaining, not a lot. 2 ships that could use some help. How about this heavy cruiser? We could get 1 point into it. That's not the worst. We'll go ahead and put the 1 point in, down to 4 MPPs. And so I believe that's everything with Italy, all taken care of. Oh, actually, I can't forget, if we look in Germany, there are some Italians that need some orders. These tanks, which are just going to keep running east, as well as the 3rd Corps. I knew I had more units. I forgot where they went. Well, here they are. As for Germany, we've already moved basically every single naval unit that we have deployed out to the west, so I think that's sufficient on that front. I have 376 MPPs, and I can see that with no leaders available, even with an HQ build limit available, like for Yugoslavia, you simply cannot build another HQ. So yeah, I don't know why that's there like that, but it is. I'm tempted to build this army, because armies are better than corps. I don't know that we actually need it. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking cores over here already. Well, if I'm trying to predict my point expenditure over the next half a dozen or more turns before we'll actually be ready to handle the USSR, you know, weather allowing, plus positioning and upgrades and what's coming before then, what's coming after then, I think making the Yugoslavian army wouldn't be the worst choice if I'm going to make any land units at all, which generally I might not need to. In fact, I might go a little retarded with this and maybe even go into mobility. That would bring it from 297 to 360 MPPs for this army, but it would be a damn good army to lead the charge, and it would be one of the only armies leading the charge. It would be the most advanced army on this front because, while the Italians don't have their infantry weapons yet, could be a good one. Whereas all the German units, which won't have all their mobility probably, because that's a lot of money, but they'll have way more tanks, whereas we'll only have Italian tanks down here. I don't know. It sounds useful to me, and it would make this German turn very simple. Yeah, I think we have enough turns. I think we have enough time. I'd be surprised, honestly, if I make like a single other army, maybe from Turkey, right? But like, I don't plan on making any German armies. They have enough, if you ask me. If they need anything else, it's like more planes. Maybe some artillery of some kind, railguns, that kind of thing. Not armies. They have enough armies and corps. So this front could maybe use some help because, well, honestly, I think the west going east into the Soviet front is not going to be too problematic. I think we have that handled. Opening a southern front is going to need manpower, and then pushing in the Middle East is going to need manpower. And so this is a way to kind of handle that with limited supply, I guess. So yeah, let's do that. They'll arrive in November 2nd, 1940. Yeah, earlier I order, the better, because the earlier they'll arrive. This is roughly around, maybe a little bit after or before, or at the exact time that the fight over Greece will begin. So that would actually be really, really good timing. So yeah, fuck it. Let's go all in on making this Yugoslavian army. Purchase. There you go. I'm content with my purchase. I hope. 16 MPPs remaining as Germany. I believe that is enough to finish. Yes. Reinforcing the 4th Army. So we'll go ahead and do that. We are now at 3 MPPs. Can't really do anything with that. So anyone and everyone that's heading east will just, you know, get moving east. Let's get these fucking planes out of the way. It's hard to tell the fighters apart from my tactical bombers a little bit, to be honest. Let's see. So fighter can go over to Allenstein. We'll get the first tactical bomber going behind that for now towards Danzig. We'll get the second tactical bomber going more to the center near Poznan. And the SG-2 tactical bombers to the southeast near Krakow. The third fighters here can go, I don't know, somewhere near Lodz, Warsaw. Supply over here is amazing no matter what way you look at it, so just somewhere over here for the time being. They can pretty much defend the southern half from here. We gotta split this half and half between two fighters right now. That's why I say, like, fighters would probably be more handy, to be honest. We get these medium bombers going up about, I don't know, right there. First fighter's going right next to them so they can cover them, protect them, that kind of thing. Not too much we can do here. We can try some recon. I'm a little bit afraid to do this, but okay. We didn't find anything. That's fine. Hopefully we start finding stuff eventually so we can bomb the fuck out of it. Our other units have to keep moving east. We'll take von Kukla and send him into the Sudeten Highlands. We'll take von Rundstedt and send him towards Dresden. Von Bach is gonna go near Potsdam and Berlin. We're gonna take this corps and just send it, fuck, I don't know. Just start sending all the corps generally east for now. Just in that direction. Are these all fucking corps? Yes, they are. Okay. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. More corps. Yeah, there's a lot of just transport over here. How many armies and corps are we sending? Let me do that math real quick. So we have 3 tanks, we have 4 armies, and corps that will be heading east is like 1. Oh, we have 2 paratroopers as well. Corps, oh no, we have 5 armies. Okay. Wow, okay, this is confusing. Corps are like, let's see, what's a corps that's actually going east? 1. Did I count this as an army or a corps? I don't know. We have like 5 or 6 armies. I really can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, maybe like 6 corps. So let's try to maybe roughly get like 3 armies and corps heading north and south. I probably don't have 6 armies, so that probably won't work out, but you know, and then like do a top, middle, center for the tanks. That's kind of the idea of how to get them set up for the time being. So they'll just keep heading east. You know, I remember seeing the AI operate fucking everything over to the east. That's such a waste of money when you're actually waiting this long to invade the Soviet Union. Or if you're the Axis AI from my Allied playthrough, never invading the Soviet Union at all. Let's march this up. Let's go a little bit up. This corps can also go up. This army can go up. Sure, why not? This army can go up, I guess. I don't fucking know. This corps can go to Frankfurt. Paratroopers, I guess just like a top and bottom half would work for these. Yeah, I think so. You just go up. You also go up. Everyone needs to go up. Panzer tanks towards Frankfurt. Injured 3rd Army towards the Ardennes. 14th towards Chalons. 10th Army towards Mannheim and Strasbourg. Turns out I'm a fucking idiot and I moved an important corps off of Nancy that's supposed to be at Nancy. Thankfully, there's still a paratrooper next to there, so we don't have to worry about the partisan effects. Oh my god, we need a corps at Bordeaux? A Cordeaux? As you can tell, I'm just super fucking prepared. This is gonna waste some MPPs, because either this partisan's gonna like proc while I'm running a corps over, or I'm just gonna have to operate a fucking corps. Because I don't really have garrisons available. Okay, wait. There is a garrison available. There's 1 garrison. Can I operate it right now? No, I can't operate it right now. 3 MPPs, turns out, is not enough. But I could operate this all the way down to Bordeaux. I mean, that's a pretty safe fucking place. I'll just have to wait till next turn to do it. In the meantime, I guess I want to get the Yugoslavians moving as far southeast as they can go while still staying in places where they can spend and upgrade. Things that have above 5 supply, basically, is what I need. Supply starting to pour in from the Italian and German territory, which is nice. It'll make operating here a lot more efficient. So along this road is good. Something I guess should be staying to guard Belgrade, huh? Like a corps. If anything, just Belgrade. I don't think these guys can have garrisons, right? Yeah, no garrisons. So I guess like a corps should stay behind on Belgrade. Let's Let's say yes to that. Let's just agree with that logic for the time being. Let's keep moving these planes forward, although I don't know how forward. Somewhere where they still have supply, I guess. Like right there. Right there should work for now. Zagreb, you go down. The supply should maybe spread further, I think. I don't really know. Let's just go down to here where I know there will be at least 6 supply. Now, as for Japan, this is probably going to be a simpler turn for Japan, because I want to get some recovery going on here where at all possible. One of the first things I'll do here is I'll take the 37th Army, and we're going to move forward down the road and rail here, kind of establish our claim to this road before they can move anybody else in. I see they already have someone here that we can deal big damage to. Why? Because they have 0 instead of 1 entrenchment? I don't know, but I'm going to take these tactical bombers. I'm going to bomb the fuck out of this core right here that's in the mountain. Oh, hey, they got their interceptors back up. Well, isn't that handy dandy for them? I have my escorts though, motherfucker. We dealt 2 damage. We took 1 damage. That sucks. We dealt 1 more damage. We took no damage. And then we dealt no damage. Okay. We'll take the medium bombers. Fuck giving them their elite reinforcements for the time being. Let's go ahead and just add to the bombing of this core. Here you go. We dealt 1 damage, took no damage. I'm quite happy with that. And now we can hopefully maybe beat the fuck out of this core. We just have to start deleting Chinese cores. Like, it's like they're just throwing trash at us and we have to mop it up faster than they can pour it back out. Let's get started with taking the North Chinese Front Army and attacking that bitch of a core. We dealt 3 damage as promised. We took 1 damage. We weren't supposed to take any, but it's okay. We'll swap with this core here. I think this leaves us a place to recuperate should we want to. We'll take the 1st Kwantung Army and attack with that. 3 damage dealt, none taken. I'm very happy with that. We'll swap in the, what's it called? 34th Army, which is at like uber strength right now. We will finish off the Chinese enemy core with that army. Shattered, shablam. They've been fucked. And I don't think they liked it. But it's fine. Because I liked it. We're gonna have to move a core forward for now, so I was gonna hopefully give you elite reinforcements, but I need to secure this front right here. Oh, and I can't say no to getting a free shot on the Chen HQ. HQs are so expensive to reinforce. 3 damage dealt, none taken. Totally fucking worth it. I'll go for a blitz attack. I'll go for a blitz attack on this core. Let's see how that goes. 4 damage dealt, 1 taken. Okay, that's better than I was promised. So I'm pretty content with that. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna get elite reinforcements for the 17th Army here. I'll get the 6th Army here, reinforcing up to 10. Can't move the 11th Regional Army very far, but we'll move it up about as far as we can get it. We can't get this one very far either. We can't reinforce it because it just moved back. So we'll just move it up pretty much as far as we can get it for the time being. And that takes the center here. We've attacked, we've killed something, we've hurt other things. It's been a pretty positive exchange for us, I'd say, anyway. Whenever we lose elite reinforcements, though, that is painful, because that is, like, way more expensive than just, like, a normal strength point. Down south, we have some good opportunity to deal some damage, so I will. Central Expedition Army, with all its strength and glory, will attack this core, dealing 7 damage instead of the 6 that it was supposed to deal. We're gonna swap it with this core right here, and then we'll attack. 2 damage as promised. No damage received as promised. Let's finish it off. Bam! And we just slaughtered another Chinese core fully. You can't build cores that fast, motherfucker. I'm willing to bet that you cannot build cores that quickly. I'm tempted to move this core forward, but that also seems incredibly dangerous. For one, we would get behind their fortifications here. For 2, we would be surrounded. But there's a river on our side, so I'm willing to risk it, especially because I think the supply might actually end up being better here than here. So, we might also just get attacked and fucked up 10 ways to Sunday. I'm not sure about that. I think I'll use this field as more of a killing floor, kind of lure them in like, hey, we need to bolster and defend this front. Quickly operate someone and drop them right here. Oh, yay. Now they're in a field with no entrenchment, in essentially range of 2 entrenched units and the Central Expedition Army. So yeah, I'll try to just see if they move anybody in from there before I actually step into it, because I might just get beat up if I do that. In the meantime, I'm gonna take a break on this front. We're gonna reinforce the 13th Army. We're gonna reinforce the 3rd Army, all back up to snuff. The 13th can have elite reinforcements, but doesn't have the ability to get them right now. Because I want to, I don't know, the units here are getting damaged. They could use a little bit of a break. Killing a corps this turn, I mean, that's a pretty sizable thing. Even one corps dying in one turn is not necessarily a cost that most nations can suffer, because they're 150 MPPs even without upgrades. So if you're doing research or anything else, that's like all your points just replacing corps. We killed 2 this turn. That's a pretty good thing. I would like to make another pass on making sure that my fleet as it currently stands is as upgraded as it can get. Let's start with this carrier here. Advanced fighters, long-range aircraft, naval weaponry, yep. That doesn't really need naval weaponry, but that's a pretty cheap upgrade anyway. It's not like mobility. Let's just go ahead and get everything. So everything's up to snuff anyway. Okay, and the battleships, those are always expensive. Actually, it's the same cost for naval weaponry at least, so that's not so bad. So I believe that is now every ship that we have fully upgraded. With the remainder of my 103 points, we're going to go and we're going to purchase the other 2 garrison units that we can get from Nanjing, already placed conveniently in China. We're also going to take this garrison on Fuzhou. We're going to move it next door because there's 2 different partisan points, and so I just want to cover both of them. The moment the front moves forward on Nanchang, we're going to need a garrison on Nanchang to cover 3 points. We're going to need a garrison next to Wuhan to cover 2 points. So that's already 2 of the things. We're going to need a garrison right about here to cover these points very, very soon. In fact, right now, to be honest, because I'm about to move these HQs forward so they can cover things easier. Less worrying about supply, more worrying about keeping bonuses going. At least that's kind of the point. Well, I was going to move over here, but I can't. I don't have the action points to do that. But I can at least move this one forward, so I will. However, that has now left this specifically open, which is not great, but there should be a garrison done literally next turn that I could place like right here. So that's garrisons to cover a bunch of issues that we're going to be having. It was either that, right? Or I was tempted to also transport this corps off of Tainan. And, you know, we might as well move it up to Taipei. I'll do that. I was tempted to move it off this island and send it over here to kind of fill in for taking Hong Kong and free up this army. But I figure getting the garrisons first will be easier because, well, it won't free up an army. It will free up 3 different corps on the front that would just be kept behind as this advance keeps going, who right now are proving pretty useful for keeping the front littered and defended. If you ask me, we already have enough armies on the front anyway. Not that another one would be harmful, it's just that this one is so away from rail lines and whatnot, it's hard to get it on the front. However, when we get Changsha, Henyang will fall shortly after. We can swap out a corps and an army if need be, or get new garrisons to replace it. It's fine. We're making some good progress here in China. We do need to keep getting ready for potentially America, potentially the Soviets. That's pretty much a done, complete turn though, and that's going to be it for this episode as well. So we'll hit end turn on the next episode and proceed into August. For now though, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.